平安。
Untungnya kalau saya boleh faham. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang dirahmati Allah Subhanahu wa taala, apa khabar semua pada petang ni? Alhamdulillah semua baik Dan sebelum kita pergi kepada program kita pada petang ni, saya perkenalkan diri, saya Muhammad Fakrul Rizwan bin Osman, ataupun lebih dikenali kalau di tabung haji ini lebih dikenali sebagai Ustaz Fakrul. Bertugas di tabung haji dan petang ini akan bersama dengan tuan-tuan dan puan selama 3 jam bermula pada waktu ini 5:30 petang sehingga jam 8:30 malam nanti. Dan saya ditemani oleh sahabat saya. Silakan.
大家好，我的名字叫赵红玉，我目前在多元种子回归穆斯林工作。今天我们很荣幸邀请到大家，与我们一起在这边有一个美好的3个小时，就是从现在的5点半到等一下8点半。
Saya rasa tuan-tuan lepas ni saya nak belajar bahasa Mandarin dengan sahabat saya ni supaya kita lebih dekat untuk berinteraksi satu sama lain insya-Allah. Jadi tuan-tuan dan puan yang dirahmati Allah Subhanahu wa taala, pada petang ni kita akan saya akan terangkan dahulu bagaimana perjalanan majlis kita pada petang ni. Kita akan mendengar ataupun menonton tayangan video terlebih dahulu. Kemudian kita akan mendengar ucapan aluan daripada wakil MRM dan seterusnya kita akan interfaith dialog ataupun kita akan ada forum berkaitan apa tajuknya nanti kita akan kongsikan dengan tuan-tuan dan puan. Dan selepas itu apa dia Robert? Selepas itu kita akan tunggu masa
untuk
berbuka puasa kan? Kita akan tunggu masa untuk buka puasa dan sebaik sahaja azan maghrib dikumandangkan, kita akan berbuka ringan dahulu. Mungkin dengan sebiji 2 biji tamar, minum air dengan makan bubur sikit. Kemudian kita akan solat beramai-ramai. Untuk lokasi solat pada waktu maghrib dan isyak nanti, lelaki di bahagian hadapan. Okey, lelaki di bahagian hadapan, ada kapet yang terbentang di hadapan, dan perempuan kita khaskan di bahagian surau. Jadi pergerakan imam kita boleh kenal pasti melalui pembesar suara yang kita dah pasang dan juga video yang akan kita tayangkan dalam surau nanti. Dan selepas daripada solat maghrib, barulah kita akan menikmati juadah yang disediakan insya-Allah. Jadi Robert, saya rasa kita boleh pergi kepada agenda kita yang pertama.
Boleh.
Iaitu kita akan melihat persembahan video dahulu Kita akan melihat persembahan video sebagai introduction, sebagai pengenalan kepada kita semua yang hadir pada hari ini tentang apa itu tabung haji. Dan untuk kita kenali tabung haji dengan lebih dekat, saya persilakan unit multimedia untuk mempersembahkan tayangan video. Silakan.
现在待会有请朝圣基金会给我们带来影片简介。
Minta maaf tuan-tuan, kita ada sedikit gangguan teknikal yang sedang diusahakan untuk kita atasi gangguan tersebut.
More than 1,000 applications for account opening and Hajj registration received daily. Your transaction is a connection for us. Your dreams are our aspiration. the premier Islamic institution and the catalyst in the community and nation's economic building. It has been in operation for more than 5 decades in managing Malaysian Muslims' savings for Hajj purposes. In tandem with the times, its contributions in various Sharia-compliant economic sectors is highly recognized. To meet the rapid demand, Tabung Haji's account opening is now made easy through various platforms. TH Community Mobile Service travels throughout Malaysia, including Sabah and Sarawak, covering rural and suburban areas. Electronic banking services through strategic collaboration with several commercial banking partners, enabling savings and withdrawal via ATM, CDM and online banking. Islamic Financial Service Center, or IFIC, is a one-stop kiosk at selected Tabung Haji branches to provide value-added service and convenience to the depositors. T-Jari, a mobile application which can be downloaded on smartphones and tablets, serves as a platform in obtaining and disseminating current and latest information on Tabung Haji. Aligned with its mission in facilitating Malaysian pilgrims towards achieving Mabur Hajj, a series of courses with a comprehensive module is given considerable emphasis and implemented across the country by accredited Hajj trainers. The eligibility starts with the reception of letter of offer, passport collection, medical examination, information on flight schedule and allocation, and Hajj flight operations. Hajj operations and management in Saudi Arabia is given equal emphasis, starting from welcome ceremony, transportation and sufficient and comfortable accommodation, Malaysian food preparation and cafeterias, face-to-face Hajj ritual consultation, talks and Hajj helpline type, and the return flight operations. To stay viable, competitive and abreast with the changing business climates, Tabung Haji not only is involved in pilgrims and Hajj management services, thus actively venturing and developing investment sectors. Property development, locally and internationally, is constantly intensifying in its ongoing quest to broaden its investment portfolios and generate competitive and recurring returns. Tabung Haji also provides economic opportunity to the community in the plantation sector. This collaboration enables Tabung Haji to chart various achievements and strengthening its image as the successful corporation. Not only that, staff welfare is given a great importance. As a corporate entity that is known for unfolding to the Sharia-compliant principles, Tabung Haji is also actively involved in Islamic finance via its subsidiaries. The establishment of the TH Hotel and Convention Center throughout Malaysia signifies Tabung Haji's adaptness in hospitality management sector, which among others include the hotel services and tourism. Today, Tabung Haji has emerged as an iconic Islamic organization and is well known worldwide. Aligned with its core Islamic values, Tabung Haji is also committed in becoming a practicing, responsible corporate citizen through its social responsibility programs in its quest to assist the underprivileged society. There are several social responsibility programs organized by Tabung Haji annually. They're not limited to education, community and social welfare, as well as health, in tandem with its motto, Stronger Together. Essentially, these 4 elements are important to help position Tabung Haji as the pillar of the Ummah's economic success. Excellence in Hajj management. Depositors' trust is the fundamental of its strength.
Baik tuan-tuan, demikian tayangan daripada unit multimedia kita berkaitan dengan Tabung Haji. Boleh saya minta satu permintaan daripada tuan-tuan dan puan-puan? Kalau saya nak minta tuan-tuan dan puan-puan berikan tepukan kepada unit multimedia kita. Terima kasih. Dan seterusnya, kita akan pergi ke agenda yang lebih penting, yang lebih utama pada petang ini. Apa yang kita nak bincangkan pada petang ini sebenarnya tuan-tuan adalah satu perkara yang bersifat pokok. Satu perkara yang bersifat pokok. Tapi sebelum kita nak masuk kepada pokoknya itu, marilah kita sama-sama hayati firman Allah Subhanahu wa taala melalui surah Al-Baqarah, surah yang kedua ayat 183, juzuk yang kedua. Allah Subhanahu wa taala berfirman, A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Ya ayyuhalladzina amanu kutiba alaikumus siyamu kama kutiba alal ladzina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. Sadaqallahul azim. Maksudnya tuan-tuan, wahai orang beriman. Ayat ini ditujukan kepada orang yang beriman. Wahai orang yang beriman, ditulis ke atas kamu, difardukan ke atas kamu untuk berpuasa. Kutiba alaikumus siyam kama kutiba alal ladzina min qablikum, seperti mana ditulis ke atas umat-umat yang terdahulu, seperti mana yang difardukan ke atas umat-umat yang terdahulu untuk mereka juga berpuasa. Kerana tujuan berpuasa itu adalah la'allakum tattaqun, supaya kamu beroleh ketakwaan. Bagaimana dengan Robert?
就在黄牛章古兰经中第2章第183节中，安拉如是说道：信道的人们啊，斋戒已成为你们的定制，犹如它成为前人的定制一样，以便你们敬畏。这意思是说，这段经节降给世界所信道的人们，以便我们斋戒，以获得对真主的敬畏。
Jadi tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, pada petang ini kita akan bersama dengan panelis kita untuk membincangkan satu topik. Why we should fast? Kenapa kita perlu berpuasa? Dan untuk tujuan ataupun untuk objektif bagi penganjuran forum pada petang ini, sebenarnya forum pada petang ini bukanlah kita nak bertelagah dan sebagainya, tetapi lebih kepada kita nak bawa satu titik persefahaman untuk kita memahami bagaimana perspektif puasa itu dari sudut pandang agama yang berlainan.
好，为了这一次的活动，我们精心筹划了多元信仰的论坛，以促进各个种族、宗教、信仰之间互相的了解。这个题目为“为何我们禁食”，我们将会从各个信仰宗教的角度来看禁食为意义，还有它的用途、功用是什么。
Ya, betul seperti mana yang diterangkan oleh brother kita sebentar tadi. Apapun tuan-tuan, kita akan buka juga sesi Q&A di dalam segmen forum ini. Kita akan buka juga sesi Q&A. Jadi tuan-tuan boleh bertanya apa sahaja yang tuan-tuan nak tanyakan, kemusykilan yang tuan-tuan ada di dalam benak fikiran, lubuk hati tuan-tuan, tuan-tuan boleh kemukakan kepada panelis kita. InsyaAllah mereka akan menjawab dengan penuh hikmah, mereka akan menjawab dengan penuh fakta dan ilmiah berkaitan dengan persoalan-persoalan yang tuan-tuan berikan. Untuk itu, saya menjemput dan mempersilakan. Yang pertama, kita jemput saudara moderator kita, Brother Firdaus Wong, untuk tampil ke atas pentas. Bersama-sama dengan beliau, Brother Shah Kirit, panelis Muslim. Seterusnya, Dr. Balachandran G. Krishnan, yang mewakili agama Hindu. Dan seterusnya, Brother Emmanuel, yang mewakili agama Kristian, untuk mengambil tempat di atas pentas. Dan tuan-tuan, seperti mana yang saya sebutkan, perspektif yang akan dikupas ini adalah untuk kita diberi pencerahan. Kita akan diberi pemahaman bagaimana permasalahan ataupun persoalan puasa itu dilihat dari sudut pandang perspektif agama yang berlainan. Untuk itu saya menyerahkan majlis dan copong suara ini kepada Brother Firdaus. Dipersilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I started by the greetings of peace, the greeting of Islam, which means may peace blessings and mercy of the Almighty God be on all of you. Now, Alhamdulillah, all praise is due to God that we have the opportunity, we are being given the opportunity to be here today. And inshallah, God willing, we will have a first interfaith dialogue here in Tabung Haji. And alhamdulillah, as I told Brother Abhishek as well, that this is the first interfaith dialogue here in Tabung Haji. Can you give a big round of applause to Surau Tabung Haji? We're going to have this forum in the spirit of Malaysia Baru as per se. Which means we're going to have this forum in Bahasa, in English, in Tamil, yes, in Tamil, in Gujarati, in Mandarin, in Hakka, whatever it is, right? We try to be as casual as possible, as like Ustaz Fakro mentioned earlier, that this forum, this interfaith forum, is not meant for us to debate, but it's more for us to come to common terms, as the Quran says in Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3, verse 64. Qul ya ahlul kitab ta'alau ila kalimatin sawa'in bainana wa bainakum. O people of the book, come to common terms between us and you. So now, without further ado, let me introduce the first panelist, followed by the second and the third panelist. We will have 3 rounds, brothers and sisters. We will have 3 rounds. The 2 rounds will be for the panelists here. And the 3rd round will be yours, which means you have the opportunity to ask questions. Now, the first one on my right, this is the second time I met him, alhamdulillah, is Dr. Balachandran. He is a representative for Hindu. He's married with 3 children, alhamdulillah. He has a PhD in human resource from USA. And currently he's a human resource director. And as well, he's an advisor for Malaysia Hindu Sangam Terengganu Council. Can you give a big round of applause to Dr. Balachandran? On my left will be the second panelist for the first questions, which is Brother Shakirit Kakula Govindji. As you might realize, brother and sister, there's 3 Indian and 1 Chinese here. Okay? And we are talking about interfaith. And this is the diversity, and this is something very unique for us here in Malaysia. Brother Shakirit, alhamdulillah, now he's the founder and the president of Global Unity Network, and he's actively organizing and encourage people from all faith to involve in interfaith, which is to talk to one another rather than to talk about one another. And of course, he traveled overseas and throughout the nations to share the value of Islam and the importance for us to work together and to talk to one another. This is Brother Shah. Give a big round of applause to Brother Shakirit. And the third panelist is Abhishek Josue Emmanuel. Yes. He's very young, the youngest amongst all, only 22 years old, but he's a very young entrepreneur. He owns 2 businesses and going to start the 3rd one soon. He will be the representative for the Christian faith, and he's a high school teacher and a football coach for the past 5 years. So I think we have a lot of similarities here because I play football too, and I love to play football. I can't mention every single thing about them because if not, then we will spend another half an hour to talk about their credential because all of them, they are highly qualified. Can you please, once again, give a big round of applause to all these 3 panelists? And of course, I'm your moderator for this forum, Firdaus Wong. I'm from Multiracial Devoted Muslim. Now, the first questions, okay, the first question I will pass to Dr. Bala. Just a very simple, and these first questions will be applicable to all of our panelists. The first question is, now, just like Ustaz Fakro have mentioned earlier, in Surah Al-Baqarah chapter 2, verse 183, where God says that, "O you who believe, it is decreed upon you fasting, just as it has been decreed upon the nation before you." So according to the Islamic belief, that fasting has been decreed upon the nation before that, which means there is a revelation before that. And quite numbers of times, that lots of people, they misunderstood that fasting is only in Islam. So maybe we would like to get Dr. Bala to share about the definition of fasting and the various type of fasting according to Hinduism. So, Dr. Bala, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. Robert. Firdaus Wong, sorry. Robert there, sorry, confused. Thank you so much, Firdaus, for the introduction. And how are you all? A very good evening to you all. Salam sejahtera. Vanakkam. Okay, coming to fasting. Fasting basically, ataupun puasa is actually everyone, kalau katakan fasting is, you have a simple, very basic things. That is, you go for purification. That is the basic. But in fasting in Sanskrit, kalau kita kata fasting in Sanskrit means upavasa. The word puasa also came from the word upavasa actually. The Sanskrit word upavasa, meaning upa means near and vasa means to stay. That means when you talk about fasting, it is to stay near to God. That is the meaning as far as the Hindu scriptures are concerned. So when we talk about fasting in Hinduism, then basically means that the denial ataupun what we call the denial of the physical needs of the body for the sake of spiritual gains. Kita, what we say, how do we say denial in Malay? Denial in Malay? Menafikan keperluan kita untuk mencapai lebih pada kerohanian. That is the meaning of what I talk about when we say that we deny our physical needs for the sake of spiritual gain. And according to the scriptures as well, fasting helps create an attunement with the absolute. That means create a balance with God and establish a harmonious relationship with the body and the soul. Kita mewujudkan satu perhubungan yang harmoni di antara jasad dengan roh. That is how we see fasting in the context of apa kata orang. So it is important, therefore, that the human being nourishes both the spiritual and the physical demands of us. Tapi kita harus memastikan kita bukan saja apa kata orang memberi makanan kepada jasad kita, kita harus juga bagi makanan kepada roh kita. Dan makanan roh yang kita is fasting. You see, it's so different. We fast to make sure our roh is fulfilled. You know, it's a very different thing. The apa kata orang, the jasad ataupun our body, we eat and then the body develops. But in the spiritual aspect, we fast and the body and the spiritual rhythm grows. So, in all that aspect that we see, the aspect of fasting, yes, actually it is a system of overhauling of a system, body kita. A time will come, the body also need to be overhauled. And we believe that fasting is one of the process untuk kita menghaulkan body kita. You know? And also, we must also understand dalam konteks fasting in every religion, it should not make you weak. Fasting tidak harusnya menjadi satu beban kepada kita. Kalau dalam konteks in the Hindu scriptures, kalau fasting is becoming a beban untuk kita, lebih baik kita jangan puasa. That is the meaning of the basic soul. So when we talk about fasting, we should be very, very focused on apa yang katakan the detachment of the world. The detachment, the entire attachment and detachment. You see, in the Hindu scriptures, we can enjoy everything that God has provided. Semua yang Tuhan telah berikan, kita menikmati. Tetapi, when we come to fasting, kita harus tahu bila kita harus detachkan that. That means just like you have a house, you have a car, you enjoy living in a beautiful house, you enjoy driving a lovely car, but when the time comes that this month you leave your car and walk, you should be able to do. You should not be attached. Oh, I'll find difficulty in walking lah, susah nak jalan lah, sebab selalu biasa dengan itu. So that is the difference. So, and kita dalam Hinduism, there are two different kind of fasting. One is the common fasting rituals. That means kita we don't eat meat. Ini makan buah dengan minuman and sayur. So makan buah and minum susu. That is the common ritual fasting. And ini kita akan wujud bila kita ada sesuatu, apa kata orang, we have a niat ataupun kita ada sesuatu, we have some kind of what we call intention. So we have that. So we say we'll only eat fruit and drink milk, no meat. This is what we understand. And then we also understand moderate fasting involves avoiding solids. And the different kind of fasting, the Ekadasi fasting we call it, the 11th day of every fortnight, we ensure that we fast from sunrise to sunset. So it is a different common, depending on how you are fitting into the whole system. People who can fast from morning till night without, then they go into that kind of fasting, which call the actual ritual fasting. Then we have moderate fasting, but avoid of apa yang katakan, avoid of all this meat and so on and so forth. Then we'll come to the common fasting, that is we fast with eating just the vegetables and fruit. So basically, in that kind of form, fasting we see is basically, it's kalau kita tengok dalam semua agama, fasting is basically the purification of the soul and the body, but it is done in a different way. Itu saja. Cara pendekatan dalam menikmati puasa ini adalah berbeza. Tetapi hal tuju dia adalah untuk memastikan kita bersama Tuhan, kita bersama pencipta yang menjadikan kita supaya kita bagi suatu bulan atau suatu hari atau suatu minggu untuk memberikan apa yang katakan our life and we sacrifice, kita korbankan apa yang kita selalu nikmati demi Tuhan. That's about it basically.
Okay, thank you so much. I hope the technical team will try to solve the mic issues, yeah, inshallah. Now, Dr. Bala have shared with us that fasting in Hinduism derived from the Sanskrit word, which means upawasa, which means to get near and to stay, right? Am I right? And there is two types of fasting according to Hinduism. So, the next panelist will be Brother Shah, and I'm going to ask the same questions, but beforehand, sebelum itu, I will hope that our brothers and sisters here, that you will prepare your questions, because I will prefer a written questions compared to a verbal questions later, just to save time. Because sometimes, when you open up to the floor, rather than ask questions, they will give you a short sermon first. So we try to avoid that because time constraints, so we have to really keep to our time. So Brother Shah, just now Dr. Bala mentions that in Hinduism, the fasting is upawasa, which means to get near, and to stay. As well, there is two common types of fasting. So how about in Islam? What is the definition of fasting in Islam, and how many types of fasting is there? So please.
Assalamualaikum. Peace be with you. Thank you very much for the question, Brother Fidos Wong. Also to Dr. Bala and also Brother Abhishek. And brothers and sisters, how are you today? Good. It's a pleasure to be here with you. All right, now when you say fasting from the point of view of Islam, before I give you the meaning of fasting in Islam, let me give you the meaning of Islam first. God willing, that will assist us to understand the whole process. The word Islam in Arabic language has got many different meanings. Among the meanings for Islam are derived from other words that share the same root word, which is salam, aslama, salima. Salam means peace, harmony, tranquility, calmness. And also aslama means willing submission to God, willing obedience to God, total surrender, not part-time surrender. And the word salima means authentic, sound. Secara ringkasnya, maksud Islam adalah mencapai keselamatan, keamanan dengan cara kita menyerah diri kepada Tuhan secara keseluruhan, tetapi dengan cara yang sahih, dengan cara yang authentic. That is the meaning of Islam. So when we fast, we do not fast in accordance to how I want to fast, but we have obedience to God, how God tells us to fast, and we follow the examples from Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Now the word fasting in Islam, in Arabic language, is actually saum, or it is also known as siyam. Saum actually means to abstain yourself, to prevent yourself, menahan diri kita. Now I see there's a lot of similarities with upawasa that is mentioned in the Sanskrit language. Kita menahan diri. That is the literal meaning. Now when you say menahan diri or to abstain, abstain from what? Basically, when Muslim fast, we abstain ourselves from eating and drinking, which is normally permissible. But during the day, we do not eat, we do not drink. And the timing is from dawn to dusk. For the Muslim, daripada masuknya waktu subuh sampai waktu maghrib. Kita menahan diri kita daripada makan dan minum. And also having the pleasure, sexual pleasure, which is normally permissible between husband and wife. But during the month of Ramadan, during the daytime, from dawn to dusk, we do not eat, we do not drink, and we do not go into sexual relationship between husband and wife, and both of these are normally permissible. But after Maghrib, you can eat, you can drink, no problem. Now, when you say about fasting, there are different levels. This is what we see physically. People do not eat and people do not drink. But there's another higher level of fasting, which is the fasting of the eye, the fasting of the ears, the fasting of the mouth, the fasting of the limbs, our hands, our feet. For an example, you abstain yourself from seeing what is not good, from evil things. You abstain yourself from speaking evil, no gossiping, no backbiting. You even abstain yourself, you prohibit yourself from hearing other people gossiping. Do not hear, see, or speak what is evil. Do you remember the 3 monkey signs people normally do? They close the eyes. They close the eyes, they close the mouth, okay? And also the ears. And also one more, don't do what you call this impermissible sexual relationship. You also got that. Now, this you can control yourself. There's another level, a higher level, which is the fasting of the mind. To control our mind is not easy. You can control yourself not to eat, not to drink, not to see evil things, but to control your mind wandering around, especially the negative things. That is also part of the purpose we do our fasting. And fasting in Islam, we have compulsory mandatory fasting, which is mentioned in the Quran in Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 183. Almighty God says, "O you who believe, fasting is ordained to you, so that, just like the people before you, fasting is ordained to the people who believe, as it was ordained to the people before you, so that you may attain taqwa." The word in the Quran is mentioned taqwa. If I want to loosely translate the meaning of taqwa, it will be righteousness, piety, piousness. But the word taqwa is in Arabic language coming from the word wikoya. Wikoya means to protect. In other words, when we have taqwa, is to protect ourselves. To protect ourselves from evil and other things. Now I will probably, will give you more clarification later. But now when we do fasting in Islam, this is mentioned in the Quran. There are altogether 5 verses in the Quran mentioning about fasting. And all these 5 verses are in the Surah Al-Baqarah. This is the longest surah in the Quran, from chapter number 2, verses number 183, right up to 187. So in short, fasting in Islam is a mandatory in the month of Ramadan. But again, exception is given for certain group of people, especially for women who have menstruation period, also people who are traveling or sick people. This is mentioned in the Quran in Surah Baqarah chapter number 2, verse number 184 and 185. In fact, in the verse Surah Baqarah chapter number 285, it mentions God wants to facilitate you, not make things difficult for you. Okay, now to continue again, there's another type of fasting in Islam which is voluntarily. Kita sebut tu sebagai puasa sunat. Now, the voluntary fasting is usually done, okay, we fast mandatory in the month of Ramadan. immediately after Ramadan is Shawwal. So voluntary fasting, which is very encouraged, are 6 days in the month of Shawwal. Then we also fast every Monday or Thursday, which is also very much encouraged. Also on the day of Ashura, on the day of Arafah, or also in every lunar month, the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th day of the month. Again, this is also very similar to the practice in Hinduism, where they also have the fasting, right, Dr. Bala? In the middle of the month, right? Okay, so very short, this I hope answers the questions. We have mandatory fastings and also voluntary fastings. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Brother Shah. I think you have given a lot of quotations as well. But if you were to realize, brothers and sisters, from the first 2 panelists, which is from Dr. Bala and Brother Shah, there is a lot of similarities between Hinduism and Islam. And of course, right after this, we're going to listen from our Brother Abhishek. But if you were to realize just now as well that Dr. Bala mentioned that the fasting itself should not be a burden on you. And Brother Shah as well quoted Surah Baqarah chapter 2 verse 185 that Allah do not want to burden you. And that is exactly in another verses in verse 286 that Allah will not test you more than you can bear. So now, Brother Abhishek, the same questions. It's interestingly that in the Bible, in Gospel of Matthew chapter 4 verse number 1 to 11 and Gospel of Luke chapter number 4 verse number 1 to 13, that Jesus fasts for 40 days and 40 nights. So what is the definition of fastings and the types of fastings that is available there in Christianity? Please.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Firdaus. Again, thank you, Dr. Bala. Thank you, Bro Shakiri, for sharing. Okay. So for fasting, what is the definition of fasting, right? Well, in the Hebrew language, for fasting, it actually just means abstaining from pleasure. Basically, fasting means you are giving up what you find is very dear or something that you enjoy doing, you replace it for spending time with God. So and we will go into that later. What I want to share is actually from the book of Matthew chapter 9. In the book of Matthew chapter 9, a teacher actually asked him, what is fasting? What is fasting all about? And they were actually accusing him and his disciples of not fasting. And Jesus just told them, he just said that, I'm just going to summarize it, okay? Basically, he just said that your relationship between God and man is like a marriage. God represents the groom and the church. In this case, they didn't have a church then, but the community, they represent the bride. So the relationship is a form of marriage, marital relationship, a very intimate relationship. And Jesus was basically making the point, you don't fast, a wife will not fast for the husband while he is with her. She would only fast when he is taken away, when he goes away. Fasting is basically saying, God, I long for you. God, I want you more in my life. That's what fasting is all about. And fasting can be done in many ways. I think everybody is generally familiar with Lent, which is a 40-day fast, which is done before Good Friday. That is what is known as a group fast, where everybody knows what is happening. Everybody knows that, this group of Christians, they are fasting. But there's also an individual fast, where we just choose to voluntarily go on a fast because we want to seek God. And what happens is that it is not mandatory that you need to fast food or water. Yes, you can fast food and water. But again, the whole core of fasting for the Christianity is abstaining from pleasure. So in other words, you can actually fast relationships, time that you love using to spend with your friends. You can actually use that time to spend with God. You can also fast entertainment. For example, you want to watch movies, serials, whatever it is that you really enjoy. The whole point is that it has to be something that you enjoy. Because if you sacrifice something that you do not enjoy, what's the point? You're basically missing the point, and you cheapen the value of the fast. So, for example, I have been on a 40-day fast from my girlfriend, and she's right there. And basically, for 40 days, I don't talk to her, I don't go on dates, very intentional, do not text her, different things. And I use all that time that I want to spend with her, I use it to spend time with God. So that is one perspective of how fasting can be done. Now, in Matthew chapter 6, Jesus actually gives the instructions on how you do your fast. Now, unless it is a group fast, if you're doing an individual fast, a private fast, Jesus is basically saying in Matthew chapter 6, you do not tell people that you are fasting. Because what was actually happening in that time was that the people would go around and they would say that they would be all down and they would tell people, oh, I'm like this because I'm fasting. But instead Jesus says, no, wash your face, anoint your head, and only your Father in secret will know that you are fasting. Nobody else should know. And it's true. It should not be a burden. Fasting is not supposed to be a burden. Fasting is supposed to be something you're demonstrating to God, saying that, God, I long for you. And with that, I think I just want to conclude how and what fasting is.
Okay, hold on to the mic, hold on to the mic. It's very interesting, brothers and sisters. Okay, I try to speak a bit of Bahasa as well. Because if not, then people will say, ini sudah lupa, dia orang Malaysia. Yeah. Because sometimes people will try to be cheeky with you when you try to speak English, right? Then the community, some of the community might say, alah, nak jadi mak saleh celup lah tu. You know, that way. If you are a Chinese, speak to another Chinese in Bahasa, our national language, then they will say, you see, China sudah bukan China, become OCBC. Orang China bukan China. So that will be the problem. But no, okay? As we say, we try to mix, and maybe later, Brother Shah might speak in Gujarati, inshallah. You haven't speak in Tamil, except Wanakam. Okay, apa yang disebut oleh tadi Abhishek ialah something very interesting, and I want to know more actually. That just now you say, you fast for 40 days, 40 nights, which means something that is pleasurable to you, sesuatu yang dia sukai. Dan antara yang dia sukai ialah dia sebut girlfriend dia kat situ. So, susah ke? Is it very difficult not to talk to your girlfriend for 40 days, 40 nights?
In the beginning, it is a challenge because you have to break the habit.
Okay.
But eventually, you realize that, oh, this is actually healthy. This is actually good.
Okay. So, is she okay with it?
Yeah. I hope so.
Hope so. Maybe later I will go and interview her, inshallah. God willing. And when you talk about, the fasting, that you abstain yourself from talking to your girlfriend, this will really remind me about one of the type of fastings was mentioned in the Quran, in Surah Maryam and Surah Al-Imran as well, where Mary, the mother of Jesus, she fasts in her own way, in which she abstained from talking to people. So you are performing one of the fasts like Mary performed, according to the Quran perspective, that she abstained herself from talking to another person. Now, then I have another question for you, which is the second round. And brothers and sisters, please get ready with your questions, please. Not often that you have the opportunity to ask these three panelists. They are very busy. And of course, we are streaming this event, this forum, live. Okay? So please go to the Facebook and check it out. Please share it and tell other people that, hey bro, sis, I'm here as well. Now, the second question to you, Abhishek, is that just now you did mention about the fasting, the definition of fasting, which is abstaining from something which is pleasurable to you. So now, how important is fasting according to Christianity? Is it very important or not that important actually? So, can you please share with us? Thank you.
That's a very good question actually. Now, in reality, according to the Bible, okay, whoever has studied the Bible, any Christian theologian who has studied the Bible, they will tell you, if you ask them, is fasting important? they will say, yes, fasting is important, but it is not mandatory. Fasting is not mandatory in Christianity. Now, why is that? You see, fasting, when we say something is mandatory, it means that we are gaining God's favor by doing it. That's why it's mandatory. But the Bible already very clearly already stated. I think everybody generally, if you have Christian friends, they will definitely have said John 3:16 to you. For God so loved the world that he gave his only son. And even Romans 5 verse 8, it says, God demonstrated his love towards us, that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Basically, the Bible is just saying that God's love is a free gift. You cannot earn it. It's not something that is earned. So fasting is not done to earn God's love, which I feel like has to be clarified, because a lot of people actually think that the reason why we fast is actually in the Bible, Isaiah 58. The whole chapter is just about fasting. And the only reason we fast is for other people. That is the whole reason of fasting. If I want to do something, or if I see a family in burden, if I see a community in burden, that is why we fast. We fast so that God will move in his supernatural, amazing power. For example, a marriage that's breaking down, brink of divorce, the husband is ready to sign the papers. Amazingly, after just one person fasting for that family, praying, believing for a miracle, one day the husband just wakes up and says, I'm going to tear these divorce papers, I'm not going to divorce her. So that is one of the power of fasting. That's why Christians value fasting. Even Jesus fasted for 40 days. He went into the desert, 40 days, 40 nights, no water, no food. He had to rely on the supernatural power of God in order to be able to sustain himself in the desert 40 days, 40 nights without water and food. And what was he fasting for? He was fasting for the 3 years of ministry that he was going to do in Israel. And I conclude with that.
Okay, which means fasting is very important in Christianity, but it's not compulsory, right? It's not compulsory. Understand that? Okay, so now, Dr. Bala, just now he did mention about the importance of fastings according to Christianity. Okay, how about in the perspective of Hinduism? As you mentioned just now, there's two types of fasting. Okay, it's upawasa, but maybe our brothers and sisters today, they would like to find out more, because it's very rare that, especially here in Malaysia, that we have the chance to get to know one another better. Because most of the time, we do not really talk about religions to one another. Am I right? That is always the way. It's like, I grew up together with a lot of Muslim friends, and today, mashallah, I think I'm very happy because my schoolmate from secondary school, they are here as well. So, terima kasih kerana datang. And of course, my friends that we performed Umrah back in 2015 was here as well. Haji Fauzi and family, and also Rizal. And of course, my mom is here, who is still a non-Muslim. And of course, all of you here. Now, so Dr. Bala, can you share with us the importance of fasting according to Hinduism? Please.
Thank you, Firdaus. First of all, when you talk about fasting, ataupun bila kita nak puasa, it is a very individual commune between you and God. Itu you kena faham. It is not, you don't fast because you want to show someone you're fasting. You don't fast because everyone else is fasting. You fast because you've got an obligation to God. Itu yang. So, hak ataupun bila kita berpuasa, kita bukan puasa untuk sebab seorang lain berpuasa. Kita bukan puasa sebab kita dapati bahawa kawan kita puasa, kita puasa. It's not about that. Puasa itu satu yang unik di antara satu perhubungan di antara kita dengan Tuhan. It has to come from the heart. The detachment ataupun menafikan sesuatu yang kita suka has to come from the heart. then only you'll understand dia tidak akan menjadi satu beban. Fasting will never become a burden if you have that love for God. Mengasihi Tuhan, bila kita mengasihi Tuhan, demi itu kita berpuasa bermaksud, dan kita tidak akan menjadikan ini sebagai beban. That's what we understand. And then we also must understand that when we talk about fasting in the Hindu way, it is very flexible in the sense. Kita ada satu fasting yang bila you ingat you are fit enough as a spiritual person, you fast from dawn to dusk. Dari sunrise to sunset, yes. Then we have a certain, for katakan for people who are ill, people who are old, aged, dia ada satu puasa yang only they fast about half a day, eating fruits and milk. So this is very important. Sebab itu it's important to know, fasting, bila kita kata fasting, a lot of us, apapun we go into category that it is only abstaining from food. From morning time, we don't eat food, we don't consume water, and then we fast. That is one of the aspects. But the actual thing is not about what we call apa yang katakan kita puasa bukan untuk actually mendapatkan pahala in the sense. Jangan kita buat sesuatu untuk mendapatkan sesuatu, Then it becomes something you are looking forward to. Kita berpuasa sebab kita berdekat dengan Tuhan. We want to be near to God. When we are near to God, semua benda-benda yang tak baik, semua kemungkaran ataupun semua apa yang dikatakan sifat-sifat yang tidak membawa kebaikan itu akan what we call hilang dengan sendirinya. Sebab kekuatan dengan dekatan Tuhan itu menjadikan itu. That is what we talk about fasting. As you say, apa yang kita katakan bila kita tak makan minum, it is actually a detachment of the physical food. Kita dalam understand bila kita puasa, we try to understand how other people who are hungry feel. That is the physical aspect of it. But as far as the Hinduism aspect, it is a time when you detach yourself. We must be able to fast hari ini without any problem. You see, fasting should not be sesuatu yang bagi Hindu something that is a great thing or very exclusive only for certain kind of people. Fasting is something between you and God. You don't have to katakan orang buat pesta, buat everything. We don't believe in that. Fasting is you and God. You quietly do things and go on with doing things. Because you are not showing, apa kata orang, kita bukan menunjukkan kita puasa kepada, saya puasa 30 hari tahu, you puasa tak? That is not the way we fast. Or I'm going to ask my friend, today is Ekadasi, you tak puasa ke? We have no right to question another about fasting. Kita tidak ada hak. Sebab itu hak you dengan Tuhan. The problem with us is when we talk about fasting, we started to compare. You dah puasa kan? That question should not even arise. Nobody should know actually you are fasting, Dalam konteks yang betulnya, kita tak siapa pun harus tahu yang you berpuasa. That is fasting. You don't say I'm fasting today, you don't disturb me. That is not the way you fast. Hinduism, that's why we seclude ourselves and go to the temple sometimes. We stay 1 month in the temple. Kita duduk dengan kuil itu, kita makan bejirin saja for whole month. We detach ourselves from everything. Nobody know where we went. And we come out, that's about it. So we have to understand fasting in that sense. Attachment and detachment. Now fasting has become for us, a lot of people, it has become something like everybody want to know you are fasting. Then the purpose of fasting pun dah hilang in the context of Hinduism. What Hinduism said, the scriptures, the holy Hindu says, bila you berpuasa, tak seorang pun tahu you berpuasa. Tuhan saja tahu you berpuasa. That is the fact that we are talking about. So when you talk about important fasting, it's between you and God. You see, the body has to rest. Body itu kita first of all, again, we come back to kenapa kita dijadikan Tuhan. Fasting come back to that purpose again. Why were we created? We were created only for one thing, to love and to worship God, nothing else. We were not created to have a big house. We are not created to look for good jobs. No. God created us to love and worship Him. And when you talk about love and worshiping Him, fasting is one of that. Condition to show that we love and worship Him. So that is how we talk. So to be spiritual, ataupun untuk mempertingkatkan kerohanian kita, dan untuk memastikan kita sediakan diri kita untuk akhirat or the next world, we have to make sure that we purify ourselves. both in prayers and fasting. So that is why it is important. So I'm not going to say, oh, you should fast, you should not fast. When you are a Muslim or a Hindu or a Christian, you should understand the purpose of your creation. If you don't know about purpose of creation, then why you call yourselves, or why do you pray to God in the first place? Itu yang kita nak tahu. So importance of fasting, if you ask me, very important. But it must come from you, not somebody telling you that you should fast. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bala. You can keep this mic. I will come to you also, insyaAllah. Tadi kita kata nak cakap bahasa Melayu, tapi kadang-kadang tercakap juga bahasa English. Begitulah. Tapi masih belum lagi dengar Dr. Bala menerangkan Hinduism dalam bahasa Tamil lagi. Nanti kita ada, tak apa, kita ada terjemahan nanti, doktor boleh terjemahkan, insyaAllah. Okey, tadi Dr. Bala sebut tentang kepentingan dari segi Hindu untuk memahami dan iaitu kewujudan kita. Apa sebab dia? Adalah untuk mengetahui bahawa hakikatnya adalah mencintai dan juga menyembah Tuhan. Dan inilah antara persamaan yang tiga agama ini ada dan juga beberapa agama yang lain. Dan ini sesuatu persamaan yang perlu kita sama-sama usahakan. Kenapa begitu? Kerana dikala kita di dalam dunia yang moden ini, ramai manusia yang semakin lama walaupun yang berasal daripada kepercayaan kepada Tuhan dan akhirnya menjadi tidak percaya. Kita hormat kepercayaan mereka itu, tetapi ada kalanya ianya membawa kepada sesuatu yang kurang normal. Dia membawa kepada kebebasan yang tiada had sehingga kita tidak tahu tujuan kehidupan. Seolah-olah satu kapal yang berlabur pergi ke lautan, ke samudera, tetapi tiada tujuannya. Maka akhirnya akan terkandas di lautan tanpa sempat mereka sampai ke destinasi mereka. Jadi sekarang soalan yang kedua untuk Brother Shah juga, iaitu kepentingan berpuasa di dalam Islam. Dan mungkin Brother Shah juga boleh jelaskan kalau pentingnya, seperti saya dulu bila saya memeluk Islam, saya hanya tahu puasa, tapi saya tak tahu sangat tentang apa yang boleh, apa yang tak boleh sebenarnya. Sehingga ada kawan pernah bagi tahu kepada saya, oh, tak boleh telan air liur. Saya kata, kenapa tak boleh telan? Nanti batal puasa. Itu pun satu perkara. Tapi saya tengok pula kawan saya, betul lah, betul lah? Betul. Tapi saya tengok kawan-kawan saya, bukan kawan saya ni, kawan sekolah rendah, kawan sekolah menengah saya semua bagus-bagus, alhamdulillah. So, bila sekolah rendah, mereka berpuasa, mereka tunjuk, mereka kata puasa-puasa. Macam Dr. Bala katalah, kita puasa jangan bagi tahu ke orang. Mereka puasa tak bagi tahu. Tapi kita tahu mereka tak boleh minum air. Masa ambil wuduk, mereka telan air sekali. Mereka kata tak apa, tak batal, ini rezeki. Saya tak pasti itu rezeki ke tak waktu tu. Tak apalah sebab saya tak puasa pun waktu tu kan. Jadi mungkin Brother Shah boleh terangkan kepada sahabat-sahabat kita di sini, our brothers and sisters here, that the importance of fasting in Islam and what is the objective or maybe some misconception perhaps? Please.
Baiklah, terima kasih atas persoalan tadi. Kemcho, kami berdaya majamacho, apuas kemche. Aku seorang je yang faham. Itu dalam bahasa Gujarat tadi. Dan dalam bahasa Gujarati, bila kita sebut puasa, dalam bahasa Gujarat tu dia sebut apuas. Kalau tadi upawasa dalam bahasa Sanskrit, dalam bahasa Gujarat adalah apuas, dan dalam bahasa Melayu disebut sebagai puasa. Kita nampak persamaan dia ya. Okey, berbalik kepada ini, kalau kita lihat pada keutamaan berpuasa dalam agama Islam itu sendiri, kita lihat tujuan dia dulu. Yang pertama sekali dalam surah Baqarah surah nombor 2 ayat nombor 183, Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala secara jelas memberitahu kepada kita apakah tujuan kita berpuasa. Wahai orang-orang yang beriman, puasa adalah diwajibkan atas kamu seperti mana ia telah diwajibkan kepada umat-umat dulu supaya kamu memperoleh takwa. Tujuan kita berpuasa adalah untuk mencapai ketakwaan, iman dan takwa. Dan takwa ini sesuatu yang kita tak nampak, betul tak? Takwa terletak di dalam hati. Saya pernah berfikir, sebelum ni saya pernah berfikir, takwa saya ni level mana? Adakah takwa saya ni tinggi-tinggi ke, sedang-sedang ke, ataupun rendah-rendah? Saya pun tak tahu. Sebab belum ada takwa meter lagi. Bukannya ada satu alat takwa meter kita letak bawa ketiak tu, kita boleh cek level takwa kita. Kalau dia bunyi tit 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 tit, takwa kita tinggi. Kalau dia bunyi tit tit tit, artinya takwa tengah rendah. Tak boleh cek kan? So itu yang pertama, Tujuannya adalah untuk mencapai takwa, spirituality. Dan ini adalah sangat-sangat penting. Dan yang seterusnya, cubalah my brothers and sisters from other faith. You can just ask your Muslim friends around you, when they are fasting in the month of Ramadan, what happens to their spirituality? The level of spirituality will increase. Dan orang-orang Islam ni pada bulan Ramadan, kebiasaannya iman dan takwa dia semakin meningkat. Kalau tak percaya, tengok di jalan raya. Kalau bukan bulan Ramadan, kalau bukan waktu berpuasa, kadang-kadang orang tu overtake sebelah kiri pun kita boleh kejar bergaduh. Tetapi sekiranya kalau bulan Ramadan kadang-kadang terlanggar kereta pun, dia turun, dia tengok kemek sikit, dia kata tak apa, tak sengaja. Kita pada bulan Ramadan ni kita biasa dalam keadaan yang lebih bersabar dan kita menahan kemarahan kita. Seterusnya, if you look into the benefits of fasting and the purpose of fasting, the main is your relationship between you and God. Dalam hadis dalam Sahih Bukhari, dalam hadis bernombor 1761, Nabi Muhammad telah bersabda secara ringkas yang bermaksud bahawa setiap amalan anak Adam adalah untuk diri dia sendiri. Tetapi puasa adalah untuk Allah dan Allah akan membalas pahala itu sendiri. Sebab amalan puasa dia tak sama dengan rukun Islam yang lain. Rukun Islam ada 5 perkara. Yang pertama syahadah. Bila kita syahadah, orang lain boleh dengar tak? Boleh dengar, orang lain tahu kita bersyahadah. Rukun kedua adalah solat, kita sembahyang. Bila kita solat, orang lain nampak kita solat, betul? Yang ketiganya puasa. Saya akan datang balik kejap lagi. Yang keempatnya zakat. Bila kita bayar zakat, orang nampak kita bagi zakat. Yang kelimanya mengerjakan haji. Bila kita menunaikan haji, orang nampak kita pergi haji. Tapi puasa, kita berpuasa atau tidak, orang nampak ke tak nampak? Kita boleh mengaku kita berpuasa, tapi masa ambil wuduk, sambil nak kumur-kumur air, telan sikit. Rezeki. Bukannya orang tahu pun. Atau bila pergi dekat luar, kita berpuasa. Tapi balik rumah, masuk dapur, kita sentak. Makan aja. Sound familiar? Itu bukan matlamat puasa. Dan seterusnya tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, bila kita berpuasa, kita juga ada faedah-faedah sampingan. Bila kita berpuasa, tak kira kaya atau miskin, daripada subuh sampai maghrib, kita tak makan, kita tak minum, berarti kita dalam keadaan lapar dan dahaga. Betul ke tak betul? Kita merasaikan kelaparan dan kedahagaan. Tak kira kita kaya atau miskin. Maka ini memberikan satu perasaan keinsafan khususnya kepada mereka yang berada, mereka yang ada harta yang banyak, wang ringgit yang banyak, supaya lebih memahami the feeling of compassionate to increase in your charity. That is the other benefit you get. Of course, kita ada banyak lagi faedah-faedah sampingan. Contohnya adalah untuk kesihatan badan kita. Sebab hari ini orang yang tak ada agama, dia tak ada agama langsung, pun dia berpuasa. Dan untuk pergi kursus berpuasa kena bayar beribu-ribu ringgit. Dan puasa tu boleh minum air saja pada hari pertama. Masuk hari kedua baru boleh minum jus. Selama 3 hari minum air, minum jus, tinggal di hotel, bayar beribu-ribu ringgit untuk kursus. Sebab dalam kita berpuasa ada faedah-faedah seperti kesihatan. Ataupun mungkin ada yang berpuasa pada bulan Ramadan untuk menguruskan badan. Tapi sebagai orang Islam, kita berpuasa bukan untuk kesihatan, kita berpuasa bukan untuk menguruskan badan, tapi kita berpuasa adalah untuk membina hubungan antara kita dan Tuhan, iaitu membina ketakwaan kita. Dan cara ringkas, saya just nak bagi tahu, bila kita berpuasa di bulan Ramadan, itu adalah satu training, satu latihan. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan setuju tak? Manusia ini sifatnya, kalau dia nak jadi baik dalam sesuatu, dia kena berlatih. Betul tak? Kalau nak pandai main bola sepak, kita kena berlatih main bola sepak. Kalau nak pandai berenang, kena berlatih berenang. Setuju? Maka di bulan Ramadan, siang hari kita berlatih tidak makan, tidak minum. Makanan dan minuman perkara amalannya halal dalam Islam, tapi waktu siang kita tak buat. Hubungan antara suami dan isteri waktu siang adalah halal pada bulan-bulan biasa, tapi di bulan Ramadan kita menghalang diri kita daripada melakukannya. So benda yang halal kita menghalang diri kita, itu training. So bila habis Syawal ada 11 bulan lagi kita akan bertarung dengan diri kita. Bertarung dengan diri kita supaya tidak makan dan tidak minum benda yang haram. Tidak melakukan hubungan yang haram, tidak melihat perkara yang haram, tidaklah bercakap atau mendengar benda yang haram. Jadi itulah satu training. Dan teguran sikit, kita bila berpuasa, bulan Ramadan kita baik aja. Masuk Syawal, ada segelintir daripada kita, maksudnya ialah apa? Kalau masuk Syawal, hari raya. Artinya apa? Merdeka. Boleh jadi syaitan balik. Sebenarnya tidak. Masuk Syawal, kita teruskan dengan perjuangan kita. Kita teruskan dengan apa yang kita telah jalani selama 1 bulan, dan pada bulan Ramadan sepatutnya makan minum kita berkurangan. Betul tak tuan-tuan dan puan-puan? Bila kita berbuka puasa, bukan bererti kita jamak tau. Sarapan pagi, makan tengah hari, minum petang dengan makan malam, kita jamak sekali. No, that defeat the purpose. Patutnya bila kita berbuka puasa, kita makan sederhana saja. Bukannya kita makan berlebih-lebihan. Itulah antara matlamat kita berpuasa adalah membina hubungan kita antara kita dan Tuhan. Dan puasa sebenarnya bagi orang yang bukan Islam, mungkin mereka lihat orang Islam berpuasa sesuatu yang sangat susah. Tapi sebenarnya tidak. Niat kita. Yang penting ialah niat. Pengalaman saya sendiri, sebab saya dulu bukan beragama Islam. Bila saya tak makan, tak minum, tapi tak ada niat untuk berpuasa kerana Allah, sangat susah. Tapi bila kita dah ada niat, kita niat kerana Allah, maka kita melatih diri kita, kita menahan diri kita, jangan makan, jangan minum. Walaupun dahaga, walaupun lapar, tapi kita mendengar hati kita, bukan mendengar badan kita. See, I want to just say in English here, when you are fasting, your body becomes weak. Agree with me? But your heart, because taqwa is the matter of the heart, your heart is controlling the body. Do not eat, do not drink. In other words, the heart becomes stronger and the body becomes weak. The pleasure, the desire is the desire of the body. But here, we are training ourselves where the heart, the taqwa is controlling the body, and in the month of Shawwal and the 10 months after that, we proceed ourselves to control upon ourselves. I hope that gives some explanation. Thank you.
Menarik apabila Brother Shah disebut tentang dua benda yang menarik perhatian saya, iaitu Ramadan is a fasting month, not a feasting month. Jadi bila berbuka, ada orang dia jamak. Untuk kawan kita yang bukan beragama Islam, mungkin tak faham jamak tu apa. Kan? Jamak maksudnya dia gabungkan. Jadi bila dia berbuka, dia jamakkan makanan tanpa kosor. Maksudnya dia jamakkan, dia gabungkan makanan dia, sarapan, tengah hari dengan makan malam. Dia gabungkan sekali, kosor itu maksudnya pendekkan. Tapi tak ada pendekkan. Makanan tetap banyak. Maksudnya dia gabungkan 3 makanan sekali. Dan tak kurang juga, mungkin sahabat-sahabat di sini, mungkin Dr. Bala, Abhishek pun pernah dengar, or maybe kalau kita tengok di media sosial pun, there are some Muslim, bukan semua, I'm just addressing the Muslim dulu. Bila bulan Ramadan, macam Brother Shah sebutlah, syaitan diikat. Tapi syaitan dalam dirinya pun terikat juga lah kadang-kadang. So kadang-kadang mereka rasa nak marah, mereka akan kata, nasib baik ini bulan Ramadan, kalau tak aku dah marah dah engkau. Ada pula kata, nasib baik ini bulan Ramadan, kalau tak aku dah bagi pelumpang dah. Dia seolah-olah rasa, oh luar bulan Ramadan kau boleh buat apa kau suka. Begitu. Dia tak begitu. Jadi sekarang kita akan pergi ke sesi soal jawab, dan untuk sesi soal jawab ini, masa amat mencemburui kita. Saya hanya boleh izinkan lebih kurang dalam 2.5 minutes. to 3 minutes maksimum untuk setiap soalan, dan setiap panelis akan saya berikan satu soalan sebab saya dah terima soalannya di sini. Jadi untuk soalan yang pertama, saya ajukan kepada Dr. Bala. Dr. Bala jawab dalam bahasa Tamil. Nanti kita letak subtitle lah, buat live. Boleh je. Okay, Dr. Bala. Now, soalannya, Muslim, of course this is from Muslim lah. Muslim celebrate Aidilfitri after 1 month fasting for God. So is there such celebrations in Hinduism?
Okay. You see, that's why saya dah beritahu. Very good question. Bila kita berpuasa, actually kita buat banyak celebration. Thaipusam is one of the celebration lepas puasa. That's what I say. When we fast, we don't know. Kita 12 hari ataupun 2 minggu kita berpuasa sebelum kita ambil kaudi itu. Kalau kita tidak ambil kaudi itu, you'll be very purified, you know, before you even take the kaudi. Kalau tidak, you don't have that. Apa kata orang, dia tidak ada keimanan dia untuk mengangkat kaudi itu. So 2 weeks before Thaipusam we fast. Dan dia ada perayaan bulan purnama, Citra Purnami, you also fast. Anyone, kalau you tengok ada orang yang ambil kaudi itu, memang dia dah puasa dah. That is, you have to understand. You cannot simply take kaudi. Kaudi tidak boleh just ambil, no way. You kena prepare. Dia satu perjalanan atau suatu prosedur untuk you terus, apa kata orang, to purify yourself, to kuatkan keimanan you, kuatkan kerohanian you itu, baru you actually can take apa yang dikatakan kaudi itu. Kalau tidak, memang you tak layak. That's why people like yang ada haid pun semua tak boleh ambil kaudi. They cannot go for all that. So you understand, that's why I say dalam konteks puasa kita, it is not satu yang untuk kita meraihkan in the sense, tapi satu untuk mempertingkatkan kerohanian kita dalam konteks itu. That is why we fast. We don't fast to, macam Syawal of course there's the different meaning, I katakan, but for us, we don't fast and then celebrate. We fast tanpa orang tahu, but we have to have apa dikatakan, our standards, kita punya SOP lah, sebelum you ambil kaudi itu, you naik. You see, dalam experience kita, kalau seseorang yang tidak bersedia diri dia untuk naikkan 272 tangga di Batu Cave, memang dia tak boleh buat dah. Sampai along the line dia rasa dia dah letih, dia akan terus give up. Itu satu apa yang dikatakan cabaran kerohanian kita. Kalau kita tak sedia dalam bentuk kerohanian, you can never go up the 272 apa kata orang. Because I've experienced myself. Bila saya sebelum tak berpuasa lari atau I feel very tired, you know. But lepas puasa I carried my son. Itu niat. Sebab dia ada some problem, so I niatkan. Carrying him going up, I did not feel anything. That is my experience lah. So we feel kalau you nak buat sesuatu untuk menyedekahkan kepada Tuhan, you kena puasa. You kena sediakan diri you, mantapkan kerohanian you, baru you boleh. So there is no such thing as you puasa and ada any activities like that. It's everything is apa kata interrelated. Thank you.
Very good answer, Dr. Bala. Yes, the mic keep for you. InsyaAllah. Very good answer. Because betul, ada perayaan dalam Islam iaitu selepas Ramadan akan ada Syawal, iaitu Hari Raya Aidilfitri. Tetapi tujuan Ramadan bukan untuk meraihkan Aidilfitri. Tetapi tujuannya adalah lakun tak takun, iaitu agar kita bertakwa. Jadi bukan ada orang, dia bila fikir saja Ramadan, dia terus ingat Hari Raya. Itu lagi dahsyat. Dia fikir, Ramadan fikir apa? Ramadan Raya dia fikir. Ya? Okay, the next questions. Nak bagi siapa dulu? Nak pass kepada Brother Shah dulu ke ataupun Abhishek dulu? I let you guys decide. Mana? Abhishek dulu ke ataupun Brother Shah dulu? Dua-dua sama handsome lah. Abhishek, your girlfriend also call for your name. So I have no choice but to let you answer this first. Okay, the question is, just now when you mentioned that fasting in Christianity means abstaining from some things which is pleasurable to you. So the question is, I think there is two questions here. In one question, there is 2 points. One is that, so do you mean that there are some people in Christianity, they do not get married? Okay? Can we call that as fasting as well, because marriage itself is pleasurable? Now, I don't think a lot of people agree with that, especially for those people who have already married, right? I think you heard about, you're not married, right? Not yet. Not yet, soon. But before you get married, sorry, just let me explain to you. There's 3 rings in marriage. Do you know that? Yeah? The engagement ring, the wedding ring, and the last one is suffering. So, very careful about that. So, and then the second type is that, just now we talk about those people in Christianity, some of them, they do not get married. Is that part of the fasting? And second type is that when you talk about fasting 40 days plus, fasting is not something temporary, but you fast forever. So, is it touching or hugging your girlfriend or somebody else, or say bad words? Is it part of the fasting as well? Yeah. I know it's two questions there, but then maybe you can just simplify it.
All right. Okay, so for the first question, okay, how do I explain it? Okay, it is not considered fasting if you are not married and you say, oh, I'm fasting getting married. That just makes no sense. Because marriage is actually a good thing. God made marriage. You know, and if you are married, you don't, husband doesn't say to his wife, oh, honey, I'm going to fast you for 40 days and then, open, and then for 40 days he's allowed to go and be foolish with other women. That is obviously not the point. Fasting is abstaining from things that you enjoy. And marriage is a sacred thing, so we should never use fasting as an excuse to take a break from marriage. And the second point, could you just repeat?
The second point is that fasting means abstaining from something which is pleasurable to you. So how about hugging, kissing, and so on and so forth according to Christianity? Or saying bad words?
So, now, when you want to say that you're fasting a relationship, let's say you're fasting a relationship or you're fasting friendship, again, it depends on how intentional you want to do it. How severe, how deep is your desire, how deep is your longing for God. If you are really sincere, to God, and if you really want to look for God, it will be tempting to want to hug your lover. It would be tempting to want to hold your lover. But that is where you have to come in and you have to say, no, I'm not going to do this. And in fact, I'm not even going to be around my lover just because I can. It's no. It's because I want to honor God. I want to honor this fast that I'm going on. I want to say, God, you're more important to me than everything else. And that's the whole thing about fasting.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. Now, the last questions to Brother Shakirit. Now, this question is a bit provocative, but I'm still going to read it. I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything here. Now, just now, Abhishek and Dr. Bala mentioned that in Hinduism and Christianity, fasting is not compulsory. It's voluntary. But why in Islam, it is compulsory? So why do you make it compulsory? And by you saying fasting is compulsory, you're abstaining from food and drink and other things as well. So are you sending out the wrong message that food is bad? Yeah, that will be the question to you.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. All right, now when you say fasting in Islam is mandatory, is compulsory, the answer is yes. Now, what is the definition of Islam that we discussed earlier? From the word salam, aslama, and salima, in short, it means to attain peace, salvation, by total, willing submission to God in an authentic way. So in other words, the word Islam derived as a Muslim. Muslim are those who submit to God, obey God. Now God is the creator of the whole universe, including mankind. Now in English, when we say mankind, it also includes women, or let's say humankind. Is that okay? So God is the creator of human beings. Now God as the creator, God knows what is good and what is not good for us. So when God commands us to do something, it is actually for our own benefit. It is for our own purpose. Now when you are fasting, ini adalah wajib ya. Puasa dalam agama Islam adalah sesuatu yang wajib. Tetapi bukanlah sesuatu yang membebankan bagi kita. Dalam surah Al-Hajj, surah 22, ayat nombor 78, Allah Subhanahu wa taala berfirman, "Wa ma ja'ala 'alaikum fi dini min haraj", yang bermaksud dan tidaklah dijadikan sesuatu yang membebankan bagi kamu dalam urusan agama. Sari kata bahasa Inggeris keluar tak tadi? In English, it means we have not imposed any burden to you in the matter of religion. Dalam agama tak ada apa-apa membebankan kita. Tak ada. Dalam surah Al-Baqarah, surah nombor 2, ayat nombor 185, Allah Subhanahu wa taala berfirman yang bermaksud bagi mereka yang bermusafir, bagi mereka yang sakit, mereka dikecualikan daripada berpuasa. Dan kemudian ayat ini menyambung mengatakan Allah inginkan kesenangan bagi kamu, bukan kesusahan bagi kamu. Sebab bila kita travelling, kita musafir, ada antara kita bila kita musafir, senang saja. Kita naik kereta, selesa, dalam sejam, 2 jam kita dah sampai, tak ada masalah, kita nak berpuasa, kita teruskan dengan berpuasa, tak ada masalah. Tapi kalau kita bermusafir, kita pergi negara lain, naik flight sampai 20 jam contohnya, tukar flight dengan transit dan sebagainya, menyusahkan, membebankan kita, dan kita boleh membuka puasa kita dan kemudian kita ganti puasa pada waktu yang lain. Boleh faham maksud saya? Dia ada kemudahan. Ataupun kalau kita sakit, kalau setakat kita sakit jari, luka sikit, puasa je tak ada masalah. Tapi kalau kita demam teruk ni, kena makan ubat, okey, badan pun tak cukup cair, kena minum air dan sebagainya, berbuka puasa. Malah dalam keadaan kita sakit tenat, kalau kita berpuasa boleh memudaratkan kesihatan, maka puasa tidak dibolehkan bagi kita. Ia boleh jadi dosa kita berpuasa. Dengan perkataan Islam tak menyusahkan kita. No, it does not make things difficult. Dan cuma saya nak bagi satu lagi, bila kita berpuasa bulan Ramadan bukan alasan untuk kita malas atau tidak bekerja. Bagi kita yang berpuasa, kita boleh aktif, patutnya produktiviti kita semakin meningkat, bukannya semakin kurang. Clear ke? So puasa sebenarnya tidak menyusahkan, dan saya akan end dengan satu hadis Nabi daripada Sahih Bukhari, jilid nombor 1, bab 11, hadis nombor 69. Kalau Nabi SAW, yasiru walatu asiru, basyiru walatu nafiru. Nabi kata, permudahkan, jangan disusah-susahkan, gembirakan, jangan ditakut-takutkan. Terima kasih.
Now, Brother Shah, since you're holding the mic, I will give each panelist 1 minute for conclusions. So we start with Brother Shah, please. Conclusions, 1 minute.
Okey, yang pertama sekali saya nak ucapkan tahniah kepada pihak tabung haji kerana menganjurkan program Interfaith Talk ini. Kita sebagai rakyat Malaysia yang terdiri daripada masyarakat majmuk, pelbagai agama, pelbagai bangsa dengan pelbagai budaya, adat dan sebagainya. Program seperti ini sangat-sangat bagus yang membantu kita saling kenal mengenal antara satu sama lain. Setuju tak? Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, brothers and sisters, would you agree if I say this program this afternoon has benefited you? Did you get new information? Nampak tak ada banyak persamaan antara agama-agama ni? Dan pada waktu yang sama juga ada perbezaan-perbezaan. Setuju? Maka bila kita kenal mengenal antara satu sama lain, ia akan banyak membantu kita hidup secara harmoni, saling hormat, menghormati antara satu sama lain. Dan kemudian saya nak ucapkan selamat berpuasa, sebentar lagi selamat berbuka puasa, dan kemudian bila masuk 1 Syawal, selamat Hari Raya, maaf zahir dan batin. TQVM.
So, Abhishek.
All right. Guys, I just want to say, it's been such an honor to be able to come up here and share and represent my faith. Ladies and gentlemen, can we just give a huge round of applause for everybody that has just, prepared all this. Again, just want to say thank you so much. Just want to conclude by just saying that for Christianity, fasting is not compulsory, but fasting is something that is important, that the Bible does encourage its followers to do. Thank you so much.
And Dr. Bala.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much for Tabung Haji and MRM to organize this function. Most importantly, it is not about fasting. Fasting is very individual. Kita punya future is actually human-centered base. Apa yang kita boleh wujudkan hari ini bukan cakap pasal puasa. That is you and God. Apa yang kita perlu wujudkan adalah apa yang dikatakan kesejahteraan dan keharmonian, mengatakan bahawa agama itu harus menjadi tunggak perpaduan. That is our focus. We should actually understand that religion must be the cause of unity. It should not be a cause of dissentment or any cause that will bring about apa yang dikatakan ketidakharmonian. You see, so what we should do, we all, people of different race, different religion, should work together, understanding their religion in creating the kingdom of God on earth. Kita harus bersama-sama sembah dan kasihi Tuhan untuk mewujudkan apa yang dikatakan syurga di dunia ini. Thank you so much. Selamat Raya Aidilfitri, maaf zahir batin. Thank you.
And me, as a moderator, I would like to give my conclusion as well. It's been an honor to be Dr. Bala, Brother Shah, and Abhishek. Can you give a big round of applause to all these 3 panelists once again? Now, there is a purpose why we choose to organize this interfaith dialogue rather than another talk by itself. One of the purposes is that we believe that interfaith is a way for us as a new Malaysia to move forward. We need to start to get to know one another better. Because before this, we have lots of perceptions, we have lots of ideas, we have a lot of negative perceptions about one another. Why? Because we choose to get to know one another from the media, from the third party. But we don't choose to talk to one another. And therefore, we want to organize this, and we plan to organize it even more. And this is being inspired by what Brother Shah have done, and this is what we are trying to do throughout the world. Alhamdulillah, all praise to God that we have been to 5 continents, and lately to Peru and Colombia to promote interfaith. And we are very happy and very proud as well that in Peru, just recently, last month, that is the first interfaith dialogue between Muslim and Christian in the history of Peru. That's just organized there. And we are very proud to be part of it. And they are very happy, and even a foundation from Israel, Hallel Foundations, they interview me and to ask about how should we move forward for interfaith. And I believe, and I truly believe, that interfaith is one of the ways for us as a Malaysian, regardless of our race, regardless of our religion. We have differences, for sure. We cannot deny that we do have differences. But let's work on something which is we have in common. In fact, between us and our spouse, we do have differences too. But at the end of the day, we still get married to one another. And we still have children too. So why not among us as a Malaysian, not necessarily for us to get married with one another, by the way. But what I mean is that to get to know one another better, to work for a better Malaysia, and all religions should come together to work together for a better Malaysia. So with this, I left you with a quotation from Arumi, a famous poet. He say, yesterday I'm clever, so I thought to change the world. And today I'm wise, so I'm going to change myself. So brothers and sisters, rather than asking other people to start to understand us, why not start with ourselves by approach other people and start to understand one another. And with this, I greet you once again with a greeting of peace, with a greeting of Islam. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih diucapkan kepada Brother Firdaus. Tuan-tuan, saya tertarik dengan apa yang Brother Firdaus sebut tadi. Tapi ini semua saya nak merealisasikan hasrat Brother Firdaus. Sebab Brother Firdaus kata di atas pentas kita dah bercakap dalam bahasa Inggeris. Tak ada orang yang cakap bahasa Melayu, jadi saya cakap bahasa Melayu je lah.